Ethics, the branch of philosophy concerned with questions of right and wrong, has always played a vital role in shaping our societies and personal lives. In modern times, ethical thinking is influenced by books that explore complex moral dilemmas, human rights, social justice, and the responsibilities of individuals and institutions. These texts not only offer theoretical frameworks but also challenge our understanding of what it means to lead a just and moral life. Here are 10 books that have had a significant impact on shaping modern ethics. 1. The Republic, by Plato. Plato's The Republic is one of the most influential works in Western philosophy. It delves into the nature of justice, morality, and the ideal state. Through dialogues between Socrates and other thinkers, Plato explores the ethical questions of what makes a society just, how individuals should live virtuously, and how power should be distributed. His ideas on the nature of justice and the role of the philosopher in society continue to influence contemporary ethical debates about governance, fairness, and equality. 2. Groundwork for the Metaphysics of Morals, by Immanuel Kant. Immanuel Kant's Groundwork for the Metaphysics of Morals lays the foundation for his moral philosophy, emphasizing duty, autonomy, and the categorical imperative. Kant argued that morality is not based on consequences, but on principles and universal duties that apply to all rational beings. His deontological ethics, which prioritize rules over outcomes, have significantly influenced modern discussions on human rights, law, and moral duties. 3. Utilitarianism, by John Stuart Mill. John Stuart Mill's Utilitarianism is a cornerstone of modern ethical thought. Mill advocates for utilitarianism, the ethical theory that the best action is the one that maximizes happiness for the greatest number of people. His work addresses the balance between individual liberty and societal well-being, and it has shaped contemporary discussions on public policy, social welfare, and the ethical considerations of actions that affect large groups of people. 4. A Theory of Justice, by John Rawls. In A Theory of Justice, John Rawls presents his concept of justice as fairness, which has been incredibly influential in shaping modern political and ethical thought. Rawls argues for principles of justice that would be chosen under a veil of ignorance, where no one knows their social status, race, or gender, leading to a society based on equality and fairness. His ideas continue to inform debates on income inequality, healthcare access, and social justice policies. 5. The Nicomachean Ethics, by Aristotle. Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics introduces the concept of virtue ethics, which focuses on the development of good character traits rather than adherence to strict rules or the calculation of consequences. Aristotle argues that living a virtuous life leads to eudaimonia, or human flourishing. His work has influenced modern ethical theories that emphasize personal growth, emotional intelligence, and the cultivation of moral virtues in both personal and public life. 6. The Second Sex, by Simone de Beauvoir. Simone de Beauvoir's The Second Sex is a foundational text in feminist philosophy and ethics. In this work, de Beauvoir examines the social construction of gender and the moral implications of women's oppression throughout history. Her ideas about existential freedom, agency, and the need for gender equality have had a profound impact on ethical discussions surrounding feminism, gender roles, and social justice. 7. The Ethics of Ambiguity, by Simone de Beauvoir. Another important work by de Beauvoir, The Ethics of Ambiguity, explores existentialism and ethics. She argues that human beings are defined by their freedom, and it is through making ethical choices that we give meaning to our lives. This book highlights the complexity of moral decision-making in a world without clear moral absolutes, encouraging individuals to embrace responsibility for their actions while acknowledging the ambiguity of human existence. 8. The Social Contract, by Jean-Jacques Rousseau. In The Social Contract, Jean-Jacques Rousseau discusses the ethical foundations of political authority and the relationship between individuals and society. He famously states that man is born free, and everywhere he is in chains, highlighting the tension between personal liberty and social order. His work has shaped modern discussions of democracy, human rights, and the social responsibilities of individuals and governments. 9. Moral Clarity, A Guide for Grown-Up Idealists, by Susan Neiman. Susan Neiman's Moral Clarity provides a fresh perspective on moral philosophy for the modern world. Neiman tackles the tension between idealism and realism in ethical thinking, arguing that we must strive for moral clarity even in the face of political and social complexities. Her work is especially relevant for contemporary readers navigating the ethical challenges posed by globalization, war, and inequality. 10. The Moral Landscape: How Science Can Determine Human Values, by Sam Harris. In The Moral Landscape, Sam Harris argues that science can and should be used to guide moral decision-making. Harris challenges the idea that morality is solely a product of religious or cultural traditions and suggests that we can objectively determine human well-being through scientific understanding. His work has sparked debates on the intersection of science, ethics, and the role of empirical evidence in shaping moral judgments. Modern ethics continues to evolve in response to the challenges and complexities of our world. These books, from foundational philosophical works to contemporary discussions on social justice and human rights, have significantly shaped how we think about morality, fairness, and responsibility. As we move forward, these texts provide a rich foundation for ongoing ethical debates and the pursuit of a just and equitable society.